Hello everyone, I am Phoenix Tremaine, and this is my commentary for Divorce Court, Season 20, Episode 5, Miles versus Miles. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I will be doing these videos Monday through Friday, and they will be released at 8 a.m. And I gotta tell you, I don't know if you can see, but these are my notes for this episode. This is the first episode where I didn't fill a page up with notes on what happened. It was all pretty cut and dry. And I sort of feel the same way Judge Toler feels, where, I mean, he lied the whole case. It was obviously he was lying. And I forgot what she called it, but I call it double talking. When she said that he was saying a lot of words and not saying anything at all, she was absolutely right, because I was listening for a direct answer to anything she asked, and all he did was deflect. And he would even say things like, well, that didn't happen because, you know, this is what really happened. And then he would start to go into a story, and she said, so the judge said, well, do you mean that you're not, that you didn't cheat? And he's like, I didn't say that. And then she's like, okay, I got it. So we all know that he was lying. He does not have a good poker face. And I'm just told her, run, and run some more. You're already in a situation where you're dealing with a truck driver. And a truck driver, all the truck drivers I know, I won't say all, I'll say most of the truck drivers I know cheat. Because the ones that go cross country and things like that, you know, that's why there's so many prostitutes at the truck stop. Because, you know, these guys out here, they're lonely, they're far from home, they're horny, and here's some prostitute ready to give you some head or something. So, you already got that uphill battle of being with the man who's always gone, and chances are, just like people I know that are flight attendants, they got sex partners all over the world, literally. So that's why it's hard to date a truck driver or like a flight attendant or something, because, you know, they've got somebody in every state they screwing. But anyway, can't say that's everybody. That's just been my experience. Now, the bad part about this, where I thought I was going to really feel for this couple, is their child dying of crib death, and you can tell that they are blaming each other. Now, he does have a right to say, well, that's what cribs are for. You know, let the baby sleep in the crib for at least one night so I can sleep in a bed. And it wasn't a inappropriate thing to ask, because I used to be a paramedic, and a lot of crib deaths don't come from literal crib death. What I've encountered was, you know, people rolling over on their babies in the middle of the night and smothering them to death by accident. So whether the kid was in the crib or whether the kid was in the bed, you know, something bad could have happened either way. She may not have rolled on the kid, you know, but it's not to say they couldn't have happened. And for her to blame him and him to blame her, you know, that's just something that people do. You can't control your emotions. You can't control how you feel. You can work through them with a therapist or a counselor to understand that it was nobody's fault. But as the judge said, this relationship wasn't worth saving anyway, because he's a liar, he's a cheater, he's unstable. Growing up, I was in a similar situation where we moved like once a year, and I used to actually carry with me keys to all of the houses we ever lived in, and people's jaws would drop like, wow, you lived in that many houses before? I'm like, yeah. We just kept moving and moving and moving, all in the same city. But that's life in the hood, you know, and not having enough money to pay your bills and things happened, and we had some fires, and there were so many different reasons why we moved. But it was just a way of life where for us to stay somewhere longer than a year was like hard. And as a kid, I became very introverted. I got tired of making friends, moving to a new neighborhood, making friends, and then having to move. And we didn't have internet back then. Instead, they would go, oh, you know, send them a postcard or send her a postcard, or, you know, y'all can be pen pals and send letters to each other. But we never did. I think one time, friends that I had made, they sent one letter to me, I sent one letter to them, and then there was no more letters. And it was just very hard on me as a kid. It totally screwed up my social skills. So her being with this guy who's constantly putting them in situations where they're constantly moving is hurting the kids more than it's helping the kids. So, because from what I saw, I don't remember if it said how many kids they had other than the one that died. But they did use the word kids plural on the show. But the Sid's crib death was a horrible occurrence, and it's nobody's fault, you know. But his worst story was him going to the gym at 1 a.m. Now, let me tell you, I used to be a gym rat. I used to be a bodybuilder, and I used to be a gym rat. I could be in the gym 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, that's why I joined gyms over 24 hours, because I would wake up and I'm like, I can't sleep. I might as well go ahead and work out. And then there'd be hardly anyone in the gym, and I could use any machine I wanted to use. But there's also a lot of screwing around, you know, at the gym after hours. So for those of you that don't know, you know, there's a lot of sex that goes on in the gym. If you don't believe me, you can go to a site like Pornhub and put in the name of whatever your local gym is. And like, cause I've done it with mine, and you know, sex videos pop up at the gym, in the locker room, for real. So, you know, the gym at 1 o'clock in the morning, he said he could have been locked up if he had sex in the gym. No, people have sex in the gym all the time, trust me, I know. And people who weren't having sex in the gym were going out to the parking lot and having sex in the car. Or if the person lived close by, then you may go over to the person's house. So, yeah, you know, he was up to no good. And the fact that if he was ever going to cop up to it, now was the time to cop up to it, put all the cards on the table. But he doubled down and continued to lie. And, you know, his habitual cheating, I don't think that would stop, because it sounded like it was before, it was way before the baby happened, that he was cheating. He was cheating before, he was cheating after. And at the end, you know, where it said that he thinks she's with another man now, well, good for her. So, this was a case that I didn't have a lot of notes on, but, you know, it was not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot to debate. There's not a lot to really discuss on this episode. He just looked like the sorriest piece of you-know-what to hit divorce court in a long time. And he's looking crazy like everybody else is crazy for seeing it. But that's it for now. I'm about to do the next video, which will be ready at 8 a.m. the next day, because I will be dropping videos Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. 5 days a week. And I will catch you in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This episode will be in the description box will be the link to the official Divorce Court's YouTube page, so you can watch the video. And join me in the comments and let me know what you thought about this episode. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Peace.